and gentlemen, and welcome to the Schaumburg Marriott. The Cadillac LaSalle Club, west of the Lake region, would like to welcome you and your friends and all those people who love fine automobiles to our 1988 Grand National Auto Meet. This is a show which brings out the finest automobiles here in the country, some dating as far as 1907. People travel from all over the states, especially abroad. People have come from Hawaii, England, and Switzerland to show their fine automobiles to the people here in the United States. Within the states here, people came from Arizona, Dakota, Wyoming, one of our sister states, Indiana. Also, many other states. They've traveled this far to show this fine automobile that they own to everyone attending this particular show. The weather today is somewhat clear, but there is a chance of a shower later on in the evening. We hope that this doesn't happen so everyone doesn't have to start wiping down their automobile again and get it ready for the judging. Thursday, registration day. Some of the autos were coming in kind of slow, but later on they picked up. Friday there was some lovely tours set up for the women and men who are attending this show. They attended the tour of our Chicago's Magnificent Mile. Then later on in the afternoon, they had a tour to the Chicago Railway Museum, plus other tours that were set up for them, along with a lovely lunch. Friday, pizza was served by Jake's Pizza. Approximately 100 pizzas were served. And I'll tell you something, folks. The people ate them up as they were going out of style. Jake's makes a wonderful pizza. Chicago Marriott Hotel was kind enough to set up a nice tent for everyone, just in case we did get showers. Everyone had a great time at this lovely pizza. They call it Chicago style pizza is what they call it. Here today, Saturday, I'm out here in the field, and I'll be doing later on is talking to some of the judges and finding out just how they feel about some of these particular cars and which cars they feel might be the possible winners of this particular show. We have several classes in this particular show, and in each class there'll be a best of show. Of course, the grand finale is the best of show for the whole show itself, and right now we don't know which particular car that's going to be. Later on, probably our first interview outside here with the cars will probably be with a older gentleman showing his 1907 Cadillac, which is the oldest Cadillac we have registered at the show. It's a beautiful automobile. I saw it come in. Him and his lovely wife are going to talk about this automobile, probably tell us how they got this particular car. As you know, in this particular hobby of collecting cars, every car has a story to tell. So before I step out there and start talking with these people and listening to the stories that they have to tell, I would like to thank everyone who participated in trying to put this show together, especially Don Carrico and his staff. Later on in the evening, Saturday, will be our banquet, which will be hosted by Don Carrico, the president of the Cadillac LaSalle Club. One of our guest speakers will be Mr. Barry Weaver, who's well known in the Cadillac circle, and we want to thank him for coming all the way down here to participate in this particular show. So, until we talk again, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Tony Seminaro from the Cadillac LaSalle Club, west of the Lake region, and we thank you all for attending. plumbers. Al, how's the show going?
Well, so far, everything, we had a few little things that went wrong, but nothing serious. We had a little follow-up in the paperwork, but everything is going great. Everybody seems to be enjoying themselves, and hopefully everybody gets judged and everyone gets a first place, which I don't think it's going to work.
You don't think it's going to work?
No, I don't think it's going to work. And if it does work, then somebody cheated, because we don't have that many trophies.
Have we seen a lot of unusual cars here, Al?
Well, let's see, there's some real nice ones, some beautifully restored cars, and just some of them are just mind-boggling. They're that terrific.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable, yes.
We got perfect weather for it today, too.
Yes, we have weather for this here. Some people complaining it's too warm, but I won't, because I spend $100 a day for this in Florida in the wintertime and think it's terrific.
Good,
Yeah.
good.
But at any rate, I'm sure that as you travel around and talk to some of the people here, hopefully you get all positive comments. Everyone has worked hard at making it a success, and hopefully it will be. And we just wish luck to the people that take it over next year. Hope it goes over just as well.
Okay, Al, thanks a lot. I really appreciate your comments. I'm going to step over here to the gentleman with the straw hat, and that gentleman is Don Wright, who is the
head judge.
He's the head judge. Okay. Coming over here to the table, and maybe we'll get a few comments from Mr. Don Wright. Don, how's the show looking?
Very, very good. Thank you, Tony. We have a lot of cars, a lot of beautiful cars. The judging is proceeding right along the proper lines, and we expect to have an outstanding show.
Good. I'm glad to hear that.
Well, very good.
I love your hat.
Well, thank you. I put a sign on that said head judge, but that's kind of like putting your neck in the noose, I'm afraid, sitting here.
Has the judging started, or is it over? Or are you tallying up right now?
Judging started about 11:15, and we're probably about at the midpoint. And the tabulators upstairs are working away on this. In fact, my daughter Sasha is getting ready to run another stack up there.
Sasha, you like your job?
Yeah.
You having a lot of fun out here?
Yeah.
The Grand National? Good. Glad to hear that.
And of course, she's making a lot of money as a runner, so that helps too.
All right. Listen, I'm going to take a walk into the field and talk to the people about their cars. Every car has a story, as we know.
Yes.
Thanks a lot. Really appreciate your comments. Okay, we'll talk to you later. We're going to start walking into the field and take a look at these beautiful cars. Probably, as you can see right now, we have a beautiful yellow Cadillac over here. To my left, we have a nice, beautiful 60. It looks like it could be an Eldorado. I'm not sure. But in just a few minutes, we'll be talking to all the people out here and taking a good look at their cars and the car stories that we have to tell the people about and the wonderful trips that they had coming up here to the 1988 Grand National Meet. Thank you. Field right now, taking a good look at these cars over here. And what I'm going to do, I'm looking at a beautiful 1907 Cadillac. I'm going to turn the mic over here to one of our members, Dave, who's going to interview this gentleman and get a lot of pleasure out of doing it. I'm getting a little tired right now, so let me turn the mic over to you, Dave.
Okay, thanks a lot, Tony. Okay, sir, and you could introduce yourself.
Ed Knight from Peoria, Illinois.
And Ed, how long have you had the car?
I got it from my 80-year-old farmer in 1968. He got it new in 7, drove it till 1912, and 56 years later, in 68, I got it, and restored it 5 years. In 1973, I took it to its first national meet at Huntington, West Virginia with the AACA, and in 1973.
Okay, you know, it's a real lovely car. If you could show us some of the finer features of it or something that's interesting that the club members would like to know.
We got a carbide generator over on the other side. Through tubes comes the gas that lights the carbide headlights here. These are kerosene, and the taillight is kerosene. You got the engine is in the rear. This here is where you put the water in, and it goes through to the radiator and through a little pump that's connected to the engine that drives the water forward and then back to the engine. And this is all leather with English wool in the And crank. This is the crank.
That's the crank over there?
That's the starter.
That's the starter. You guys got that? That's the starter right down there.
Goes into a flywheel.
Are we gonna start it up here today?
Well, if you want to, okay. You want to
Want to hear it started up? Yeah, why don't we hear it started up?
Okay.
Let's see, okay, everybody? We got a one-cylinder Cadillac here.
Gas.
Okay, that's turning on the gas. I'm interested to see how a one-cylinder Cadillac runs. Okay, we got the key here?
Right.
All right, all right.
For the coil, which is electric, to go to one spark plug on the rear.
Right, I noticed that it's right-hand drive, too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, right there. Do you guys see that?
With gas.
Yeah, there it goes. Huh? Sounds good. Sounds good. Ready for the road rally. That's your one cylinder running for you.
There's a horn.
I got one of those on mine.
Starter.
Nice automobile.
Here's the engine.
Okay, we can take over here and take a look at the engine.
There's the engine.
There's the engine. Yeah, the camera.
And that's got a water jacket around the cylinder wall. And the water comes in here, goes back through that little black pump to the radiator and then back. This 7-gallon gas tank. That little belt, round belt there, turns the pump up there, which runs four little pumps which run the oil into the cylinder, into the rings and the mains on each side. There's a big chain drive, goes back to the rear wheel axle.
Yeah.
There's your belt to tighten up when you go ahead or back up.
And how fast did you ever get it going?
At full throttle, 30 miles an hour.
30 miles an hour.
Full throttle. And
At Fort Sheridan, huh?
they timed me.
At Fort
Here's the
Sheridan.
carburetor and one spark plug
Uh-huh.
and an air filter, and that's the carburetor. There's the big wheel that goes along with the cylinder that keeps it turning.
Right. So Henry Leland himself designed all this.
Henry Leland. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and then him and Ford got in a big mess, and he went on his own and built this.
And he started a Lincoln Company.
Yeah, and the Ford car, the old 7 Model N car, is, I think Henry Ford stole the pattern from Henry Leland. Was built just like this.
Just built like it, huh?
And this is all wood from the dash on back, right here. All this.
What kind of wood is it?
Birch.
Birch.
And this buggy top, the top that was on it, it had been stored there for 56 years. You could break it like a pretzel. So this is the new leather, but the same irons and the same window glasses.
Very nice, very nice.
There's the carburetor generator over here.
Okay, let's see that. You guys might want to get a shot of that right over here. Carburetor and generator.
It's got the same type tires. Same tires with 32 pounds as it had on when it came out of the factory. There's the muffler cut out there, step on.
Right.
And when you come to a intersection out in the little book that we got says, press on the cutout to let the horses know that you're coming.
To let the horses know that you're coming.
It says. So they can hold them down, because they never seen one of these jobs coming.
I think I have one of those on my 58. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. And here's all the tools. I take it right here. This is
The battery. It runs on battery box on each corner. So
right.
Batteries like that in the box.
And these are the tools that came with the. That came with it.
And drag them around the tire, and maybe you could get another 40 miles an hour out of your tires before they would wear out.
By wrapping those around there.
If you got a bubble on the tire and you were out on the road, then you tied this around the bubble on the tire and laced it and pumped it up, and then you could get home and change it in the garage at home because they didn't have oil stations on every corner.
No Amicos, right?
And then when you wanted to prime it, you could put it in the gas and it had little legs on the priming, on the little priming cup had legs on it so that you could set it down. And the Cadillac, the tools have all got Cadillac script on.
Right, I noticed the oil can has the Cadillac script on it.
That's right. And the battery box and the floorboards of the car has a box about that big. It has 4 batteries on top, 4 on the bottom. If you're using 4, and you always carry 4 spares.
And this right here, I take it is for your
Foot warmer.
That's your heater.
That's right, that's your heater.
State of the art.
These are the original parts that came
Tools with it.
toolkit with
That's
the
all.
vehicle.
That's right. That's right.
That's really nice.
That's right. And this is what your, when you put your patch on, then you roll it on. They think it's a spaghetti roller, but it really is a tire patch roller.
It's a tire patch roller.
And the horsehair is in the upholstery.
The horsehair is in the upholstery?
Not foam rubber, it's regular horsehair. I got down in the Amish settlement at Arcola, Arthur, Illinois. Because they drive horses down there, the Amish people do, and they have the horsehair that you can buy.
That's interesting. That's very interesting. Well, it's a very nice Model K. Very nice. You should be proud of it. Okay, so we're gonna move on down to the next car here. Thank you very much, and let's see what we have over here. Let's see.
Oh yeah, grab her wrap, fellas, find her a vacant lap, fellas, 'cause Dolly will never go away, Dolly will never go astray, Dolly will never go away again. Yeah.
This is the 1919 Brewster Town Car. We don't have the owner of it over here, but we can just sort of take a look at it.
Take a good look at it.
We can take a good look at it. And,
beautiful car.
And let's see, it's from 1919, and it came from St. Louis, I believe.
What would you say this car is worth, Dave?
I'm really not good at pricing these cars, Tony.
I say this car is worth over $100,000.
I'm really not
Has
that
to
good.
be over $100,000.
The restoration looks beautiful on it.
Beautiful restoration. Big tires.
We got here. Let's see, the owner is Fred Weber.
Is that the owner?
Yeah, that's the owner, and I don't know if he's not here? Okay. Well, since he's not here, we can just start it up and take it for a ride and test it out. No, I'm just kidding.
Maybe if we could peel a little bit rubber, Dave?
Yeah, I think we can do that.
See what happens there. It's a beautiful car.
Yeah, we got the nice running board, beautifully
I guess they
restored.
call this one considered a cabriolet top, or...
Well, they call it the Brewster Town Car? Brewster Town Car.
Sure. How about this one? Let's take a look at this one.
Yeah, let's take a look at this one over here. What do we have here? We have, okay, we have the, 1921 sedan. It's owned by George Schrack of Pratt, Kansas City.
The gentleman right here?
Kansas, right? Is this your automobile?
Yes, father's. Our dad's.
This is your father's. Can you tell us something about it, or tell us a little history about it?
Been in the family since 1921, and I took it apart in the late 60s, and my brother here put it together in the 80s. So it's been apart. And
so who originally owned it?
It was my grandfather Kip. Great-grandfather Kip.
They bought it new from Cadillac.
And then it was about $5,000 back then. It was a period of inflation in 21, and so a lot of cars that sold for $5,000 even later we're not as...
What type of cylinder engine is it?
It's a V8.
V8?
V8, aluminum block V8, 1921.
And I'm sure you trucked this up here, right?
Yes, we have a trailer.
Uh-huh.
And it's behind the truck, and we pull it right into the trailer. Has a steering wheel that folds down so you can get in and out easier.
Uh-huh. And how fast would something like this do on the highway?
45.
45
About 40? 45? 45 or 50 miles an hour?
Kick it up to 60, but I don't think we...
Uh-huh. Well, I don't think you'd have to do that either. I don't think you'd want to be driving it that fast. Let's see that inside of the interior, if we may. You guys want to take a look at this in here? It's got the fold-down steering wheel, they say, which makes it a little bit easier for getting in there.
We had a load of that interior.
And you said this was all restored in 1980?
Yes,
Uh,
it was finished in 1980.
It was finished in 1980. Look at that. And was this the original color of the interior when you...
As far as we know.
As far as...
It was the mohair that's from England that we replaced it with, and it was originally mohair.
Uh-huh.
It felt, and it was just like this, and the color was very similar, but it was a little bit, you couldn't quite tell what the color was because it sat in the barns for so many years, set outside.
And you put this all together, huh?
Well, I just worked mechanically on
Mechanically on it.
Right. We had
And how was it?
body work done.
Was it hard to work on it, or was it pretty simple?
Pretty simple. Had a service manual and went through it pretty thoroughly and got everything pretty much correct on it.
Looks really nice.
How many cars would you estimate are left of this particular model?
I write for pictures of all that are advertised, and we find maybe 10 or 12. There's probably more than that. I'm sure there's more than that, but of all the ones advertised that I write for pictures and things, so I keep kind of a scrapbook on it.
Sure. You folks having a good time at this show?
Oh, great time.
Think Chicago put on a good show?
Oh,
for you,
yes.
Schaumburg?
Yeah, really good time.
We've had a great response from a lot of people. I can't believe the people that showed up in the different states that they're from.
Right.
You know, it's just
Right.
unbelievable, Dave. Unbelievable.
It is. And the weather's a little hot, but it's better than rain.
Beautiful weather.
It's beautiful weather. That's all I have to say.
No
It's
problem.
really nice out here.
Well, we
I'm
wish
glad you have.
a safe trip home. Are you going to the banquet tonight? You're going to have a great time.
Yeah. Well, I'll see you at the banquet then. Okay?
Let's take a look around.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye. Good luck with everything.
I restored this car for Roy Warshawski,
Okay.
J.C. Whitney Company. Roy Warshawski's with the J.C. Whitney Company.
And can you tell us a little bit about the car? What exactly the make is, the model?
It's a 1933 V16 Victoria. It's one of two cars. One was built for Robert Montgomery, and this other car was built for a Chicago businessman.
All right. And how long did it take you to do the restoration on this car?
It took 6 months.
6 months. And what was the condition like when you started the restoration?
Oh, the car was probably in decent condition, but needed an entire restoration. Some metal had to be replaced and some parts fabricated. But a very nice car that certainly was worthy of a restoration.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And was it how long was it like under before it started restoration? Was it being driven, or was it like somewhere in a barn somewhere, or did somebody
No,
just
it was in use in California. It was being driven regularly.
Mm-hmm.
Been in California for 4 or 5 years, possibly.
Well, maybe you'd like to show some of the finer points of the car, and we could get them on camera here.
So let's look inside first.
Okay, sure, we'll go inside. Okay, Tony, you might want to take a look at that, and he can narrate a little bit about the inside.
Okay, well, one of the things about this car that separates it from the 8 cylinders, it has a speedometer that reads 120 miles an hour. Now, I don't know if it'll go 120 miles an hour, but that's what the speedometer reads. It has a heater, an original heater. It has some beautiful inlaid wood.
And what type of wood is that, do you know?
Well, it's partly walnut, some mahogany, and some various types of wood on the actual inlay there. It has a very plain interior, and they use the wood to kind of pick up the plainness of the interior.
Mm-hmm.
It has a very coarse grain leather as original.
Who did the coach work?
It's a Fleetwood body.
Fleetwood body.
Like I said, one of two. And it's very unique. The 16 cylinder is the only one with these special bumpers and trunk rack. Unique to this car.
Okay, maybe you want to take a look at that here? Go on, as you were saying.
The small hubcap is a kind of another unique thing. You won't see that too often. You usually see a full cover with a bigger spinner bar.
Okay. I noticed I saw one that was in the Cadillac LaSalle starter, I believe, a couple months, owned by Al Jolson. Did you ever see that? It's in a museum.
No, I've never seen the car, but I heard it's very nice looking.
Right, but they don't have that type of hubcap. The bigger hubcap on it. Right.
You'll notice the exhaust tips back here are porcelainized, unique to the 16. The chrome luggage rack. Notice the tail lights and headlights. Parking lights are all painted with very little chrome showing. Just the chrome bezel. This little area up here is kind of a real neat detail. You want to take a close-up of that?
No, this was its original color, right?
More than likely. No way to say what the color was. There's no number on the firewall designating color or trim, but the car was pretty much in original condition. Another unique thing on these V16 is this stainless insert for a stripe.
Right there. The stainless insert for a stripe.
They call that a stainless stripe on the factory invoice.
May we take a look at the engine?
Sure.
Okay, we're going to move on next, and we're going to take a look at the 16-cylinder engine. Has this car been judged yet?
Not yet. Not yet.
Okay, can you tell us a little bit about the engine here? I know it's the largest that Cadillac ever had.
It's a 16-cylinder. Has porcelain exhaust manifolds. Has Detroit lubricator carburetors. Has dual coils, water-cooled. One coil runs one side of the engine, one runs the other. You could actually run this on 8 cylinders. It's like 2 straight 8s. It makes a 16-cylinder. Very little as far as wires. You notice you don't see any wires anywhere. The only place you see wires is here.
From the distributor cap.
Right, and on a 30 and 31 V16, you don't even see that. There's absolutely no wires shown. Then as the years went on, they did leave these showing because they changed to a modern cap.
Beautiful. Now, did you do the work on the engine also for this car, or was that taken out and machined, taken to a machine shop and...
All the machine work was done in a machine shop by
right.
qualified machinists, yes.
Right. Was there any complications in restoring the engine?
No complications whatsoever.
No complications whatsoever.
We've done many of these V16s, so we know all the trouble spots and take care of it before it happens.
What is a usual problem, that you do, a problem that you might see with 16-cylinder cars that always has to be sometimes overcome in restoring? Is there any modifications that you have to put on the car maybe to make it run better, or is it just basically a self-contained and...
Well, you got to use a good quality piston. If you don't use good pistons in there, the engines tend to be noisy. You have to watch all your oil plugs in the camshaft. If one of them comes out, you could lose oil pressure. Just normal things that you have to be aware of, though. If you're not aware of them or used to the thing, there could be problems.
And that
carburetors are kind of unique to this car, and they can create some problems. They're very difficult to do. Once you get them right, though, they work fine.
The hood ornament, the goddess.
The lady could be silver, gold, or chrome.
You might want to take a close-up of that hood ornament.
This one is gold.
Is that an...
Gold-plated.
Gold-plated. 18 karat?
Yes. Another unique thing here that I want to point out is on the hood lacing. They even eliminate any screws showing. You can have them bring the camera over here.
Yeah, the hood lacing. Tony, you might want to see that right there.
It's kind of unique that you don't have a single screw showing in the hood lacing.
Right here, what do we have right behind the wheel there?
That's an apparatus to tighten the spare wheel down. Locks it in place.
Is this one of the finer V16s that you've seen?
Well, I think it's about the best one around because I did it.
Well, you know, it's a very
fair question.
Uh-huh. And where are you from originally?
From Chicago area.
From Chicago area. Where in Chicago?
Well, now I have a shop in the suburb called Alsip, Illinois.
I know where Alsip is. I'm from Payless Park.
Okay, we're close.
And how many people in Chicago have you worked on the 16-cylinder Cadillac?
Well, I've lost count of the V16 Cadillacs that we've done in the shop. This is the only car from Chicago that I've done for someone in Chicago.
You did a beautiful job. You did a very nice job. I don't know, maybe later on when they're judging it, you're gonna start it up, right? And then we could hear it and how it sounds. We could
You won't be able to hear it. It's too quiet.
It's too quiet, huh? Not like the one cylinder over there, right?
Right.
And what kind of cars do you own? Do you have any
Yes,
here?
I don't have them here, of course, because it's a Cadillac meet, but I have a very special one-off Lagonda. I owned at one time a V16 Maharaja car with a Pininfarina body in 1931. I have a Duesenberg Torpedo Phaeton.
And you still have the Duesenberg?
Yeah, I got the Duesenberg right now. Good.
I have our president of the LaSalle Cadillac Club, West of the Lake region, and this is Mr. Don Carrico. Don, how's the show going?
Hey, it's going great. Couldn't have asked for better anything. We've had a lot of help from all the folks, and we want to say that I think this is going to go down as one of the better Grand Nationals that we've had.
Now, we've seen a lot of unusual cars this year, Don.
There have been some great ones out here. Yeah, particularly the Brewster Town car, one of a kind. Been restored. It's a beauty.
One of a kind.
Yeah.
Would you say maybe less than 12 known, or?
As far as I know, there's less than 2 known.
How's the accommodations been here at the Marriott?
It's been great. I think the Marriott's treated us fantastically, and I think we tried to treat them the same way, and I think both parties are happy at this point.
Good, Don. We'll talk to you later. Talk to you later on. Okay, we'll see you at the banquet. Okay, bye. We're going to step over here and take a look at some of the other Cadillacs that we have over here. There's a black limousine, I believe, Looks like it might be 1936.
car come out of New Jersey. I was looking for I had a 31 Cadillac, and it wasn't what I considered a good touring car, so I wanted a shorter stroke engine. And this car in 37, they changed the engine, and I had my eye on a convertible sedan. I happened to see this one being offered at Hershey, Pennsylvania. So the car came out of New Jersey, and after a few months of negotiations, I bought the car from the gentleman in New Jersey and picked it up. And then after receiving it, maybe a year afterwards, I looked the car over and decided to give it a complete restoration. And this is what came of it.
It's a complete body-off restoration.
Correct. The car was gray, had gray leather interior, gray top. It was all original when it was bought. The top may have been replaced, and then I changed the colors to my liking.
How long did it take you to do the restoration on the car?
About a year and a half.
Okay,
it was done by a professional restoration gentleman, and he did about 90% of the work.
Great. Have you driven the car a fair amount since its restoration? Is it a driver?
No, it's a driver, but it's just been used for shows. I do have cars that I drive. I felt to put it on the road would be too expensive and to take care of nicks and the paint chips and so forth, so I haven't been driving it lengthily, just around the neighborhood and the local shows.
Okay.
So it's been a good car. It's a 70 series 37 Cadillac, which they made 1,001 cars of that series, and 131-inch wheelbase, and of that 1,001, there's not knowing how many convertible sedans there were, to my knowledge.
Okay, now 70 series, if I understand it, is a Fleetwood body, isn't it?
That's the starting of the Fleetwood.
It's the first of the Fleetwood.
Right.
Okay.
Then they went to 75 series 80, which is a 12. This is an 8-cylinder. 12 was a 12-cylinder was an 80 series, and then the 90 series was a 16. That year they made all three. That was the last year for all three engines.
That's right. So this body would never have had a V12 in it. It would have had to have been a 75 type body to then be an 80.
That's correct.
So is the car a division window car? I can't see it from here.
No, they didn't offer division window on this particular model. Right now, that car has a rain cap on it. It's a top on top of the top, just to protect
the show top and the driving top. That I think is a great idea in this part of the world, because you can get these sudden showers.
Right.
Before you restart the car, did you drive it out on the highway? Is it a pretty good highway car?
Well, yes, it is. I have another friend that has a car similar to this, and he drives it quite frequently on the expressways. So it's a good road car. That's the reason it was bought, is that it would be a good road car. It's just that I put all this effort in there, and I just didn't want it to get beat up on the road. So I show it instead of drive it at this time.
You plan to drive it in the future? After its pedigree is complete?
It's debatable.
Okay. Well, I sure thank you for sharing some of your time with us this afternoon.
All right, thank you.
It's been my pleasure. Thank you.
Still, I'm looking at a beautiful, beautiful 1960 Eldorado Barrettes, owned by Jim Rudnick and his lovely wife. Jim Rudnick is a body and fender man out here in Palatine, does beautiful, beautiful work. If I'm not mistaken, I think Mr. Rudnick took two Eldorados and finally put one good one together. I don't know if I can get over to Jim for a little interview. Maybe I can talk to his lovely wife over there, who is smiling at me, and she says, no, you can't interview me. Jim Rudnick right now is talking to probably another club member. Let's see if we can cut in on it a little bit. Right, Tony? That's right, Jim. How's the car coming along?
Coming along fine.
What do you think of our show, Jimmy?
I think show's just great.
Now, you took two cars to make one, am I right, Jim?
Two cars.
Two cars.
To make one.
How long did
Look for the other one.
How long did it take you to do this restoration job?
2.5 years.
2.5 years. On and off, or continuous steady work? Continuous steady work.
I don't think a day went by where I didn't put 2, 3, 4 hours into it.
All right. This car now is worth about how much on the market today?
Oh, the scene offers up to $45,000 these days.
$45,000. Do you think you do well in the show?
I'm not sure. I think so.
Let's face it, there's a lot of competition here.
Oh, yeah, it's pretty stiff.
Yeah. And your name, sir?
Bob Ray.
Where are you from, Bob?
Oakland.
Oakland. Oh, that's in Chicago here.
Yeah.
I thought it might have been Oklahoma. How are you enjoying our show?
Great.
Great show, huh?
Great show.
You going to be coming to the banquet at all?
Yes.
Good. You have a car here?
Not in the show.
Not in the show.
But I got a 60 Eldorado.
You're working on one?
Yeah, 2 of them.
Oh, bravo.
We got 100 we got a lot of them.
That's good. You got a lot of them. Okay, we can see who's got the money around here.
Right.
You know. Jimmy, you and your wife are coming to the banquet, I'm sure?
Yeah, we'll be there.
Okay.
We'll be there in a couple hours.
Good. Time's flying. Been a lot of nice cars here. We're going to take a walk around, take a look at some more cars, and we'll be right back. From Jim Rudnick's car is another beautiful, beautiful 1960 red Eldorado, and I believe this young man over here probably owns it, and he must have a lot of money if he does. Can you tell us something about your car, son?
What's to tell?
Well,
what do you want to know about it?
The car?
My dad's had it for about 2 years.
About 2 years. You had the car 2 years. Done a lot of restoration work on it?
He did the upholstery. Some of the...
You enjoying our show here?
Yeah.
Having a good time, huh? You think this might have been one of the better Grand National shows that you've been to?
Yeah, there's a lot of cars there.
There's a young boy with a nice 1960 Aldo enjoying the show. He said this is one of the better shows he's been to. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. How have you been?
Good.
Let's step over here. Take a look at this blue 59. Nice looking car. Nice paint job on it. A little overspray there maybe in the back, but probably nothing to get excited about. Probably still under restoration, but overall a very, very nice car. I see gentlemen are now putting down the top. It looks like rain here in Chicago, and hopefully we won't get the rain until maybe later on tonight. I think maybe we'll talk to one of these gentlemen over here and learn something about the car. Where are you from, sir?
Long Island, New York.
Long Island, New York. I can tell by the accent. You got a real nice car here. Have they?
These 3 here are mine.
All 3 of these cars are yours, huh? Yeah. Really nice. Enjoying our show?
Very much so.
Very much. Good. You going to be at our banquet?
Yes, be there tonight.
Does this car have any history behind it? Anything special you want to tell us about your cars?
Not too much. One of 100. 99 with buckets. The black one we took from Corpus Christi, Texas. It's got 22,000 original miles. And the red one we drove home from Montana.
Boy, these cars have been around then.
Yep.
You know, but
we drove all 3 here, 900 miles.
The car over there, sir, said never saw rock salt, huh? Let's take a look at this car over here.
Never saw rock salt.
Never saw rock. And your name, sir?
I'm his father. I'm Teddy Wolf.
Oh, Teddy, nice to meet you.
Yeah.
I'm with the club here.
Oh.
You got beautiful cars. You never saw salt before.
No, until we got to Chicago when I drove that back 2 winters ago.
Mm-hmm.
That was the first time it saw rock salt. It made me cry.
Yeah. Well, it happens to the best of us, Teddy. It happens to the best of us.
An original. There's also these are original cars. The colors are original too.
Original paint on it.
Yep. According to the tag.
That's unusual. That's usually very unusual.
The only mishap we had a blowout coming here, but
nothing that can't be fixed. How was your trip in?
Very nice.
Real nice trip. You enjoying our show here in Chicago?
Yeah, we are. It's I think it's great. The nicest I've seen in a long time.
Well, our club took a big undertaking, being that we're a small, little regional club, and we decided to give it a go and see what happened. And the response has been more than what we expected.
People with some of the older cars here.
Don't you love those old cars? 49 Cadillac, and it's the owner is Edwin A. Throne, am I right, sir?
Throne it is.
From Onalaska, Wisconsin. You know, tell us something about your car, sir.
Well, I bought it 8 years ago, and I'm in the process of making it better each year. Runs and drives real good. It's a nice cruiser. It's not that good that you can't drive it. Everything works.
Are you the original owner?
I don't know, probably at least the third.
At least the third owner?
I haven't been able to trace the history way back, but... Little things like this vacuum antenna, I got that working, the windshield washers. And I got to get my backup light to work. But it's a nice driver. I've got the wrong wheels on here, but I'll find the right stuff.
Enjoying our show out here?
Oh, wonderful show. I got some good leads on parts and specs.
Good. Are parts usually hard to find for a vehicle of this age?
Yeah, you have to hunt them out. And they're around. But you got to find who's got them and where they are.
Else, yeah. It seems like parts are available. This car on the market today is worth about how much?
In this present condition, I would say it's probably worth, well, somewhere around 9,000.
9,000, yeah. Give or take.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be sold for that because I like it too much.
Too much, exactly. That's right.
Somebody would have to come up with a real terrific offer.
That's right.
To get it away from me.
Every car has its price, which we all know. It's beautiful, beautiful car. How many would you estimate might be around? What was production on this car?
On this particular model, there was 220 built.
Which isn't a lot of cars.
And this is body number 192.
Wow.
So I do have the original factory to dealer invoice on the car with the date and where it shipped to and all that.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, we'll see you at the banquet then?
Okay, yes, sir.
Okay, nice talking with you.
Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. We're going to step over here and take a look at this beautiful Cadillac over here, another black Cadillac, or maybe a dark blue. It looks like it might be I'm not sure, 42. Let's take a look and see if I'm right. It's a 1939 Cadillac. Nice shape, really nice shape. Has a lot of class to it. It's got the Flying Lady over here that Cadillac was also famous for. Everybody loves the Flying Lady, and plus the Stars and Stripes up above. Got the Cadillac LaSalle Club emblem over here. Beautiful emblem. It's got the fog lights, which was very, very popular on some of our older Cadillacs. Nice looking car, a little work into it, and I'm sure we'd have a real, real beautiful car here. Beautiful Cadillac. I don't know if this is considered a cabriolet or probably a convertible. The car is just absolutely gorgeous, pristine condition. I don't know what year it is, but from what I could see over here, it looks like the owner might be Ted Reens from Castro Valley, California, probably. Are you the owner of this car, sir? You know, but it seems like you know a lot about it. Then we got the wrong owner. You're the owner. Charlie?
Right.
Okay, what can you tell us about your car, Charlie?
Your wife.
Charlie's going to come over here and tell us a little about his beautiful car. What year is this car, Charlie?
1932.
1932. How long have you had the car, Charlie?
25 years, roughly.
25 years. You're third owner, second owner, original owner?
I have no idea.
No
I'm not
idea.
the original, that I do know.
Have you ever tried to maybe do a little research on it, Charlie?
Never have. I bought it from a man in Saluda, South Carolina. They had a barn full of cars, and he doesn't even know where he got it.
Good Lord. That's the way to find them, Charlie. That's the way to find them. What else can you tell us? What's interesting about this particular car, Charlie?
Well, one thing, it's a low production year because of being during the height of the Depression. The 32 and 33 years were the lowest. I think 33 a little lower than this one.
Wow.
But being a convertible coupe, there aren't many of them around as far as I know. I have not seen any myself. I've seen pictures of them. I know they exist. And I have seen them way, way back. But I mean, as far as in recent years, at shows and everything, I have not seen a 32 convertible coupe.
Beautiful car. Beautiful, beautiful car. Chrome has been redone.
Oh, yes.
It runs good? I'm sure it does.
It runs fine.
You know, on a car like this, what type of mileage do you get?
I couldn't tell you. Never bothered to check
Never
it.
even bothered to check it. You just drive it.
Let it give out a gasoline. You keep going.
You just drive it and enjoy it. Charlie just drives his car and enjoys it. How are you enjoying our show, Charlie?
Oh, yeah, very much.
You having a lot of fun here? How long did it take you to get up here from Florida? You didn't drive this from Florida, did you?
It took me about 2.5 hours because I flew.
Okay. Geez, you run awful fast, Charlie.
But it took him about 2.5 days to drive up.
Drive up, yeah. Beautiful car. You do a lot of your own work on this car, Charlie?
No, I got a gentleman that works for me that does.
You're going to be at our banquet?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right. Charlie, nice talking with you.
All right, thank you. Enjoyed it.
Okay, Charlie with his beautiful, beautiful Cadillac. We're going to walk around a little bit more here and talk to some of the people. I see a lot of people that are from different states. Some got cowboy hats on and maybe even cowboy boots. We got, like I said before, people from Onalaska, Wisconsin, all the way to England, all the way from Switzerland. So it just goes to show you there's a love of labor in cars, and every car has a story. And I'll be right back. 5 Cadillac Limousine. This car is really, really unusual due to the fact, now if you watch it very, very closely, you're going to see a limousine with the sunroof. Now get ready and watch this. What I tell you, folks, huh? Is this class or is this class? I have the owner standing right over to my left, and I'm sure if he'll come over and give us a little information about his limousine, sir. Tell us about your car.
Well, it's a 1975 limousine with a divider window, a very rare rear sunroof in it. Of course, it's got the standard 500 cubic inch engine.
It's a big engine, yeah.
Biggest one they made.
Right.
This car is within 1 inch of being the longest factory production limousine that Cadillac made. The 1976 model went 1 inch longer. This car is 21 feet, 0.2 inches long.
Good Lord, good Lord. How's your gas mileage on this?
Poor.
Poor.
About 11 and a half.
That's about all you can get out of it.
Yeah.
Even when it's tuned up properly.
Right.
Amazing, amazing, amazing. A nice looking car. Really unusual, like you said, for a limo. For a limo.
Yeah, just had the engine compartment completely detailed. He's up there by the engine compartment right now. But just had a lot of this work done. Just done in the past month. Complete repaint job.
Did a nice job on it, too. Jack, you enjoying our show here?
Love it.
Yeah, how long have you been a member of the club?
About 2 months.
About 2 months? Oh, you just got in. All right.
Joined in time to come down here.
Good.
I figured the Schaumburg Grand National is probably going to be the closest it's ever going to get to Madison.
True, you got a good point there. Yeah, you got a good
And with
point.
my luck, it's going to be in L.A. next year or someplace like that I won't be able to drive to.
Well, I think our club got lucky this year because I think another club couldn't take it from what I heard. And they said, would we be willing to take a crack at it? And our club said, hey, might as well go for it because this will be the last time we'll ever get a chance to do it in many, many years.
Did a great job.
Yeah,
Got a lot of
work. A lot of people have been nice. We've got some beautiful cars up here. Jack, nice talking with you. Let me get over here. Shake your hand. We'll see you at the banquet.
Okay.
Black Series, which I'm sure is very, very rare. The year of this car, maybe, could be a 1976. I'm not sure. Maybe a 76, 77. The car looks absolutely beautiful, flawless, but a most unusual car being the fact that it's a station wagon. Interior is just absolutely gorgeous if you take a look at it. I don't think they probably made more than 5 or 6 of these, if they made that many. Beautiful car. The owner's not around right now, but we wish he was here so that he could tell us a little more how he acquired the car, maybe how long he's had the car, and if possibly, maybe how much he paid for the car. Most unusual station wagon. 76 or 75. It's hard to tell. I don't see any card on it, but a real nice car. Al Summers, and see how the show's going right now and see if he's had any problems. Al?
Notice that, guys. I'll let you come up here. Give me a little more time to over.
Sorry to interrupt you. How's the show been going so far?
The show has been going terrific. Everybody is judged now. They're upstairs tabulating and hoping everything that everybody's going to be happy with the results. I would hope so, and I know one thing, if I don't get a first place trophy, I'm going to sit down and cry right
As
there.
usual.
As usual, right. I carry on something
any
terrible.
upsets as far as we could see, as far as...
No, we had no problem at all. Everybody's been very cordial, and this is winding up now to the tail end, and everybody's leaving with a smile at this point, and everyone's looking forward to the banquet, and hopefully everybody will enjoy that too, and then after a banquet that will...
Who's the gentleman on my left over here?
The gentleman on your left. I'd like to tell you about him.
Huh?
He is Doug Houston, very modest man, doesn't say much, but he's an expert on cars. That's my opinion. I talked to him. The guy is sharp, and we conned him into judging some cars, not in his class, but he judged them, and hopefully everybody will be happy with that part of it.
Oh, no, they won't.
What type of car do you own, Doug?
Oh, I've got a bunch of Cadillacs and a Chevy and a Knowles.
When you say a bunch, are we talking more than a dozen?
No, what is it? I got 9 Cadillacs, I guess, and a Chevy and a Knowles. I guess that's what it is.
Is one of them the 4-door convertible?
Yeah, it's one down there.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Is it 4-door? You guys see, like I said, he's a very modest man, humble.
I could see that.
I hate him, but that's neither here nor there.
Hey, everybody hates me, some less than others, and it works out very well.
You mean everybody, but different degrees.
Yeah, that's
different
right.
Different degrees. Well, I like.
Enjoying our show?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It's a good bunch of cars.
Looks like the weather's going to change right now. And hopefully we won't get any rain, but Mr. Summers, nice talking with you.
It was nice talking to you.
Nice talking with you, Doug, and we'll probably see you, next time I see you, we'll probably be in the hospitality room or the banquet.
The banquet, and I should like to mention Doug is from Niles, Michigan, right?
No, Artenville. It's a little town north of Detroit.
Oh.
North of Detroit. Yeah. So he's from the Michigan region.
Okay, that's on the map, isn't it?
Not many. Well, I think somebody penciled it in.
Penciled it in.
Right.
We'll buy that. Okay.
I think when they did the maps, they overlooked it, but I think it was Doug that penciled it in.
All right. Okay. We call it Mobile Cemetery.
Yeah. Isn't that the town, Doug, that never increases in size every time a baby's born? One guy leaves town.
Yeah. Well, now there are several towns around like that, and we have the distinction of being the best known for it.
Oh, I see. Okay. Reputation is the case.
Yes, and unfortunately it's not good.
Not good.
Okay, gentlemen, thanks again.
Tony, it was nice talking.
This is Tony Seminaro, Cadillac LaSalle Club, West of the Lake Regions, and we're going to be right back.
People enter the banquet.
And welcome all of you to the 1988 Grand National. Those of you who haven't seen me running around this place, I'm Don Carrico, Director of the West Lake Region, and we are proud to host this auspicious occasion. It's a special occasion for a couple of reasons. Tonight this year is the 30th anniversary of the Cadillac LaSalle Club, and it's almost the 3rd anniversary of the West of Lake Region. And we're real proud to be as young as we are as a region and be able to pull this off in the manner that we did. That made it all happen.
I'd like to introduce Barry Wheeler, the president of the Cadillac LaSalle Club National Club. Barry?
Oh, good evening. Did everybody have a good time today? Well, Don, you sure made it happen. He had a super amount of help, but I think we really owe Don a great round of applause himself. And also Carol. Just like to introduce a few people. Rather than go through them all and bore you further, because it's going to be a long evening, I would just like to have my officers and board stand up. I'd like to see for you to see how many of them came here to work for you and with you. Would all of the officers and directors of the Cadillac LaSalle Club please stand? Also like to introduce a lady that is, she wears a lot of hats. She's a longtime Cadillac LaSalle person and a past president of the Classic Car Club of America, Katie Robbins, and her husband Jim. I'd also like to introduce Steve Kraft and his lovely wife, who are here from the Cadillac Zone. He's the assistant manager for the local zone of Cadillac Motor Car Company. I see them scurrying around with salad and what all. I have one more thing I'd like to mention. I was handed this from the Lake St. Clair region. Paula Krebula is having a birthday. Happy birthday, Paula. Well, for now, just sit down and relax. your salad and what all will be served quickly, I'm sure. Enjoy the fellowship of your table mate. Thanks.
Notwithstanding what Barry said, it is indeed a great honor and a great pleasure to address you as the head judge of this meet. Many of you will recall that yesterday I was the chief tour director. And I was responsible for 3 full busloads of people. And I didn't lose anyone. But when I finally gave the signal for that last bus to pull out, I wasn't very comfortable. But we got back and everyone was there. A man one time was taking a Gray Line bus tour of Detroit, and he was seated next to an elderly woman, and the bus driver said, "On your right is the Dodge estate." She said, "Oh, Horace Dodge." He said, "No, madam, that's John Dodge's home." A little later on, he said, "On the left is the Ford estate." She said, "Henry Ford, the man who put America on wheels." He said, "No, madam, that actually is his son Edsel's home." And as they went further, they came to a beautiful neo-Gothic cathedral on a hill. The driver said, "On your left is Christ Church," and the man turned to the little old lady and he said, "Go ahead, madam, you can't be wrong 3 times in a row." Well, tonight as head judge, I had many preliminary remarks, but since the evening is long, could we dispense with them? Before we get to the awards, which I know many of you are anxiously awaiting, I would like to introduce, first of all, our national chief judge, or as we called him this weekend, the Big Tuna. Carl Steig and his assistant, Bob LaCote. Where's Bob? These 2 gentlemen put in untold hours, and working with them this weekend, I can assure you that they are extremely knowledgeable and extremely competent people. We are lucky to have 2 such people in charge of the judging department. Now, we couldn't do this without judges, and as Barry said earlier, the work of a judge is very difficult, standing for hours on the hot blacktop, and especially today under the sun, going over cars. As you know, it's an extremely difficult and time-consuming job. Our judges, I think, did a marvelous job. I'd like to have all of the judges stand up. We had about 50 judges that were out there. These dedicated people are from regions all over the country, and we certainly thank them. But in addition to the high-quality judging that we had, it would amount to nothing if we did not have people to tabulate the results and put them together. And this is certainly an unsung group of heroes. Wally Rupert, our chief tabulator, and his group that were hiding in a room all day long working with you, please stand up, because you did a Herculean job. You didn't see them, but they were up there working hard. Of course, it was air conditioned, too. Right. And now the envelope, please. Oh, I have it. We are going to begin with pre-primary, and I would like to mention to you before we begin that under the judging rules of the Cadillac LaSalle Club, if there are not enough cars in one class, classes can be combined, and we do have some combined classes. We will go through, and I will go through 3rd, 2nd, and 1st in those cases where we have 3rd, 2nd, and 1st. And I would ask these people to come up front, and to expedite this, could we hold our applause till we get all the people up at the front? They will get their awards, and then they will be photographed. So we're going to begin with pre-primary Class C. In this class, we only have one winner. It's a first place winner. thing, and whoever it is going nuts, so I'm going to tell you. First place winner in 1938 Cadillac, Bob Agazi. So please come up, Bob. Okay, no, this is fine. In pre-primary Class E, the second place, 1949 Cadillac, Ed Brum. First place, 1947 Cadillac, Rick Polani. I'm sorry, Ponite. By the way, the photographer that took pictures of all the cars, about 160 pictures, is taking the pictures of the winners, is my main squeeze. And she said, I better be the only squeeze. In pre-primary Class F, the third place, 1960 Cadillac, Mark Doolittle. Second place, 1953 Cadillac, Dennis Hamilton. And we had a tie. We have two first place winners. First, a 1959 Cadillac, Steve Gentry, and a 1957 Cadillac, Frank Link. Congratulations. Primary, Class G. Third place goes to a 1968 Cadillac, George Chandler. Second place, a 1961 Cadillac, Gilbert Mack. First place, 1964 Cadillac, to Mike Lupa. Congratulations to all of you. In pre-primary Class K, second place, a 1939 LaSalle, Frank Young. First place, a 1940 LaSalle, Warren Lauritsen. I forgot where we are. We have now moved out of the pre-primary and into primary. Primary Class 2. Second place to a 1919 Cadillac Rooster, Fred Weber. First place, a 1921 Cadillac sedan, George Schrack. Congratulations to both of you. Dave Weber is accepting the award from St. Louis. Is Mr. Schrack here? Oh, there you are. Class 4. We only have one car. First place to a 1932 LaSalle Charlie Bradshaw. Congratulations to you. Class 6. Again, in this class, we only have a first place winner, a 1933 Cadillac V16, Roy Warshawski. Jared Leroy, North Fran are here. Primary Class 8. Again, a first place winner for a 1936 Cadillac, Mike Doyle. Primary Class 10. Again, one winner, a third place prize, a 1937 LaSalle to Steve Carter. In Primary Class 11. Third place, 1937 Cadillac, Ron DeWaston. Second place, a 1938 Cadillac, Kenny Natkin. And first place for a 1937 Cadillac goes to Gilbert Knapp. Congratulations, gentlemen. Mr. Natkin, by the way, of this area and a longtime member of the Cadillac LaSalle Club, is also the regional director of the Greater Illinois region of the Classic Car Club. And probably a lot of other clubs too, like all of us. Okay. Primary Class 12. One prize, a first place for a 1938 Cadillac V16 to R. Burry. Congratulations, Mr. Burry. This is Thank Wally. Those guys are good. Boy, did they do a job on this. Now, classes 13 and 14 in primary have been combined. In combined 13 and 14, the third place winner is a 1939 Cadillac of Ed Kefka. The second place winner is a 1939 LaSalle owned by Warren Lauritsen. And the first place winner is a 1940 LaSalle of Bob Fairchild. Again, congratulations to all of you. We are now moving into primary class 15. The third place winner, a 1941 Cadillac, Jack Anderson. The second place winner, 41 Cadillac again, a good friend of our Illinois region, Ted Rich. First place winner, Bob Slaughter, 41 Cadillac. Congratulations to all of you. Again, we have a combined class, primary classes 16 and 17. In those combined classes, the third place winner, a 1949 Cadillac of Joe Codal. Second place winner, a 1947 Cadillac of Elmer Brown, and the first place winner, a 1948 Cadillac owned by Steve Colson. Joe Codal, as you might recall, is our grounds marshal, and he probably walked about 300 miles out here in the last few days. Primary, Class 18. The third place winner, a 1953 Cadillac of Casey Clafta. Second place, a 1953 Cadillac owned by Jim Garvey. And first place, a 1953 Cadillac owned by Charles Bestpole. Congratulations. Primary, Class 19, which used to be my age. I don't remember when. Third place, a 1956 Cadillac Al Spethman. Second place, again a 1956 Cadillac Bill Edelstein. And first place to a 1955 Cadillac Ray Ward. Third place, a 58 Cadillac, Mike Buster. Second place, a 1957 Cadillac of Bill Buckingham. And first place, a 1957 Cadillac of Al Hawk. Congratulations to all of you. Now move on to primary class 21. In this class, we do not have a first place winner. The third place winner goes to a 1958 Cadillac, Ron Schweitzer. The second place goes to a 1957 Cadillac, again, Bill Buckingham. Primary class 22. Third place goes to a 1960 Cadillac of Al Summer. Second place goes to a 1960 Cadillac of Ray Levy. We have a tie for first place, a 1960 Cadillac Bob Waldock, and additionally a 59 Cadillac George Breckenridge. George is not here and Raymond is not here. Oh, he's picking up Ray's, but accepting for George is Ron Schweitzer. A beau vivant and man around town. And part-time car hop. I'm going to hear about that one. I don't know. Primary, class 23. Third place, a 1962 Cadillac, Tom Farah. Second place, a 1962 Cadillac, Bob Supala. And first place, a 62 Cadillac, John Gaylord. primary, class 24. There is only one winner and a first place, 1964 Cadillac, Bill Dowdy. Congratulations. Oh, next? Okay. Primary, class 25. Third place goes to a 1966 Cadillac, Larry Sorensen. Second to a 1966 Cadillac, Gary Anderson. And first place to a 66 Cadillac, Ron Bennett. Primary class 26. A third place for a 1967 Cadillac to Mike Ross. A second place for a 1968 Cadillac to Frank Ling. Oh, I think Frank likes that. And a first place for a 1968 Cadillac to Bill Woodman. One, two, three. We got it. In primary class 27, a third place award for a 1973 Cadillac goes to Bill Lanning. A second place award, again for a 1976 Cadillac, goes to Houston Hubble. The first place, a 1976 Cadillac, Paul Stuber. Congratulations to you all. Class 28 primary, the last of our primary classes. A third place award for a 1985 Cadillac to Chris Clausen. A second place for a 1987 Cadillac to Roy Gilbert. And a first place for a 1987 Cadillac to George Kavanaugh. Congratulations to you. Have finished with primary, we now come to the senior class. And we have three in the senior class. I will read them off, and if the three of you will then please come up for your awards. In senior class 1, for a 1907 Cadillac, a first place to Ed Knight. In senior class 3, a first place to a 1937 Cadillac, Joe James. And in senior class 6, a second place to a 59 Cadillac of Paul H. Dennison. Congratulations to you, gentlemen. Our next award is the Best of Show for a pre-war Cadillac. This goes to the 1933 V16 Victoria of Roy Warshawski. And the page. Our next is the Best of Show for a post-war Cadillac. And this goes to a 1962 Cadillac John Gaylord. Congratulations, John. Our next category is Best of Show for a LaSalle. And it goes to a 1940 LaSalle of Bob Fairchild. Our next award, if you'll recall, there was a nice ballot box and a nice yellow ballots, and people were voting all day for People's Choice. This award goes to a 1907 Cadillac Ed Knight. Congratulations, Ed. Did you notice, by the way, that Ed's car has shoes for its white tires? 2 more awards, and you're going to have to help me with this, because we really don't know, but we think we maybe know. Or maybe we don't. We have the Long Distance Award. That is the member that traveled the longest distance. Do we have anyone here further than Hawaii? Oh, we wondered about that. How far is it from Honolulu to O'Hare? And how far is it from your home in England to... So we think 3,600 and 4,500. I'm afraid that you do indeed then have the longest distance travel. So would you please step up and congratulations. Now the next one we have is the longest distance driven. Did anyone drive from more, I don't know where to start on this. Anyone drive more than 1,800 miles? 17? Oh, you more than 1,800? How far? Pardon me? 50, 55? 2,500. 20? Anybody go more than 2,502 miles? If you went 2,503, you probably get it. Where did you come from? Oregon. Oh. Well, I think that then, if there are no contestants, then you indeed have our longest driven trophy. Not the longest driven trophy. You drove the longest distance to get a trophy. Or you could drive a trophy too. I don't know what these people do. All right, we should know who he is. Frank Ward. Frank Ward, the longest distance driver. How long did it take you, by the way?
5 days.
5 days. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Kind of low for long. Well, congratulations. Yeah, what did you drive?
74 Talisman.
74 Talisman. 2,502 miles.
Hard to believe, isn't it?
Hard to believe. No, it's, I mean, listen, hey, you know. Now, the last award we have to present, or at least it is my honor to present, and I suppose this is indeed a dubious honor, although I have had the distinction of winning it myself, is the Hard Luck Award. Now, we kind of listened around to see what horror stories we could hear, and the worst hard luck story we are acquainted with at this point in time is a 49 convertible with a damaged quarter molding. Backing off the trailer. 48. Oh, is it 48? Does anybody have... Yes, sir.
That's a hard look.
Okay, we have a... What year, Caddy? 59. Blew out the rear tire, blew out the fender skirt, and blew up the hubcap. Well,
didn't hurt the tire.
Okay, so now we got vapor lock, damaged quarter molding, and a blown up fender skirt.
Mr. Jones stretched the truth.
Oh, this gentleman has come clean, friends. The blown up fender skirt gets it. Congratulations on a dubious award at best. Well, I don't know about you, but I'm going to sit down. Thank you very much.
The next award will be the Past President's Award, and that will be made by Ron Van Gelman. Ron?
With all the stories we've heard tonight, it's pretty tough to come up with a hard luck story for a Cadillac, isn't it? And I think that attests to the cars that we all love. Our pulse quickens, our heartbeat goes much faster, jumps some beats when we see all of these beautiful cars. But I think we've all experienced driving an all-original car, the way the factory put it together. And there is no substitute, even though we try to emulate it, and even though at times we try to improve upon it. And it is in that spirit that we've created an award, and that award, very simply stated, says, in recognition of those who appreciate what is untouched and who are willing to preserve its innate beauty and performance for posterity. At this meet, we had 38 cars, 38 owners who felt their car was eligible for an original award. And as you can well imagine, having only two past presidents here, Carl Steig and myself, we had one whale of a job because there were some absolutely gorgeous original cars. But we made the decision as follows. Please understand that as the decisions were made, is that if you have two cars of equal condition, it is the older one, the one that has lasted the longest, that receive the award, and should not be taken as a reflection of your car who may have been in equal condition, but may have been just a little bit newer. We cut it off this year to 1956. So the best original early went to a pre-1956 car, and I'm very pleased to announce Mr. Charles Bespoli with a 1953 two-door hardtop. Now for the best original late. And boy, that was a tough one. Robert Waldock, 1960 sedan DeVille 4-window. A white one. Robert? I guess he took it home to make sure it was well preserved. We'll see that he gets it. Thank you.
Thank you, Ron. To move right along, we are going to ask Bob LaCote to come up here and make the Norm Mueller and the Maurice Henry Awards. As spokesman for the Pacific Northwest region, we want to congratulate the Western Lake region for this splendid event. The Norm Mueller Award is presented to the region demonstrating outstanding overall activity in the following areas: special member services, regional meets and/or special member activities, membership stability, quality reports and/or articles submitted by members of the region to the self-starter or other national publications, participation in national meets, and anything of special nature such as regional club projects. For 1987, the San Diego region, Marty Miller, Director. This trophy here.
How'd you have a nice time, folks?
Very fine.
I heard you did very well on your car here,
Yeah, we
winning.
did best of show and the first in class.
Well, I tell you, you sure have a beautiful car here.
Thank you.
And we hope you folks have a safe trip home.
Thank you.
Okay,
Got that
take
plugged
care.
into there. Oh, isn't that nice, huh?
Isn't that neat?
Yeah.
Have a nice time, folks. There they go. Nice 62 Cadillac, like you said. You got best of show. The car is really a beautiful car. Pulling into the undercover there. How'd you enjoy yourself, sir?
We enjoyed the show very well. It was very well arranged and maintained, and we had a very good selection of cars, and we look forward to seeing you all next year.
Yeah, well, so do we. How did your car do in the show?
I really can't answer that yet. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to make the awards last night, but I'm going to find out.
That's a shame. That's
It
a
is.
shame.
It is.
I hope you did well as far as the awards.
We put an awful lot of hard work into it. And
I can see that.
This young man here restored it all by himself.
Your little boy, that started when he was 1 year old, huh?
You bet. You remember the name Matthew Tufta. He'll be around for some 30, 50 years in this club.
We will. I think we have
Or
some
more.
pictures of your car also, and we're going to try to get this videotape out to the people of the club.
Very good.
So,
You've done a fine job. You should be commended.
Thank you, thank you. Have a safe trip home.
Thank you.
Okay, there he goes. Beautiful car leaving. Another beautiful car going by. Look at that. Jeez. Nice 1939 Cadillac. Caddy 39. It's from, where are you from, sir?
Cincinnati, Ohio.
Okay, that's on the map, isn't it?
Yeah.
How'd you have a good time here?
It was a real great time. For the length of time they had to put it together, I'm amazed they did what they did. It's terrific.
So are we. How'd you do with your car?
I didn't win anything. I was a little disappointed in that in a way because I did have a real good car here, but I looked at the first place and he deserved it.
Yeah, he just came through about 20 minutes ago and he did have a beautiful car.
Yeah, beautiful. At 68. I'm still trying to figure out the other two that won second and third, though. I haven't been able to figure that out
Well,
yet. But,
that's tricks of the trade, I guess.
I guess so.
Listen, you have a safe trip home?
Yeah.
Glad to see you another time, another
place. We will
place.
be here next year, or wherever the Grand National is next year.
Well, we're talking maybe Pittsburgh, so.
Oh, well, that's 300 miles the other way from me, so.
Okay, stone's throw.
Doesn't make any difference.
All right, have a nice time.
Thank you. Thanks for
Bye.
a great time here.
You're welcome. How'd you do in the show?
Very good.
Yeah. Did you have a good time?
Yes, excellent. It was a great show, and I'd like to thank all the directors, Don Carrico, all you guys for the great job.
It's been a lot of work, but the rain put a little dampness, but we need the rain.
We're looking forward to the next time. And
Well, I heard it's going to be in Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh?
That's what I heard.
Well, I heard Boston the other night.
Okay, all right.
but,
Well,
you know,
somebody out there's lying to us?
I don't know. I just put the key in the car, and it started right up. It wouldn't start in front of the judges.
Really?
Yeah.
You're the guy they were talking
I'm the guy,
about.
right.
There's a guy with a beautiful, probably a $30,000 car. Went to start it up for the judges and nothing happened.
And nothing happened. I just got it in just now and turned the key, and it just fired. I don't know. It's a judge's curse, maybe.
Is that it?
Yeah.
The judges will do that. Okay, George.
Thank
nice
you
to see
very
you.
much.
And
And,
we'll see you another time, another place, huh?
I'm going to pull around and park.
We're here. It looks like our big friend Charlie Bestful. Charlie, I heard you got a prize.
I won the past president's trophy for an unrestored original 53.
Well, I tell you, and it looks good,
And
Charlie. It
it's
looks
an
good.
early car category.
Is that what it is, Charlie?
Yeah, right.
I'm restored 53, folks, you know. But I tell you, Charlie, we all had a good time.
Oh, it was great.
I know you put a lot of work.
I wouldn't have missed this thing
No,
for anything.
everybody says they all had a
Beautiful.
wonderful time, Charlie.
It was the best show I've ever been to.
The West of the Lake region put a lot of work into this show.
Yeah.
I think all the members pitched in as hard as they could.
You know,
and,
considering this is the first time our group has done anything like this, I think it's outstanding to have a successful.
That's what I've been told, Charlie.
Yeah.
That's what I've been told.
Yeah.
All right, Charlie, we're going to let you go.
Well, thank you.
Charlie Bestbo. Okay, Caddy, 1947. How'd you like the show? All right, we got a blue ribbon runner here.
You bet.
Yeah, what place did you take?
First in my class.
First in your class.
It was primary class. First time I showed it and first time I won.
How'd you acquire this car?
10 years ago.
10 years ago, huh?
I restored
Private
it.
party or?
Yeah. I bought it from an individual and took 2.5 years to restore it, and which was 10 years ago, and this is the first time I've showed it.
Beautiful car.
Thank you.
Car.
I'm rather proud of it.
Oh, you should be.
I am.
Give us a toot on the horn. Love those big horns, folks. Okay, have a safe trip home. There he goes, 47 Caddy, convertible. He gave us a toot. How'd you do in the show?
Oh, we took a third place.
Third place, huh? I tell you, you have a beautiful car here.
Well, thank you very much.
Beautiful car. Did you like our show? Have a good time?
Yeah, I had a great time. Hospitality was fantastic, and
we all
had a great meet.
We all from?
Drove up from Oklahoma.
Oklahoma? Well, you got a long drive back.
Well, we're going to stick around a couple days and see a few more sites as long as we're up here.
Go downtown. There's a lot of good sites down there. You got the Art Institute, Science and Museum and Industry. Beautiful car, beautiful car. Well, it's W627. How'd you do the show, folks?
Did first.
Did first.
Yeah, did it first.
I can see why. Too.
It's a nice first.
Car.
Yeah, but we scratched our rear molding coming off the trailer, which didn't make me very happy.
Yeah, those things happen.
But we only got it back Tuesday from the planer. The check's not even cashed yet. The check's not even cashed
Where you
yet.
folks from?
Connecticut.
Connecticut, huh? You got a long drive home then.
Well, we got to put it in the trailer. Well, we got one man from a magazine wants to photograph this thing, and then
wonderful. Folks had a good time at
great
our
time.
Convention. Also.
Just drop the temperature down maybe 15 degrees would be great.
We'll see what we can do for you next time.
Next time's going to be in New England.
New England.
Next time's going to be New England.
Have a nice trip
stay
home.
well now.
Okay.
Bye now.
Beautiful car. Beautiful car. There he goes. Took first place in this class. I guess this wraps up the 1988 Grand National Cadillac LaSalle show. This one here looks like this might be the last Cadillac in the lot. I want to take the time to thank everyone from all the different states, those people who took the time out from their lives to make this show a great success. People traveled just about from all over, covering most of the 48 states. Hawaii, we had people as far as England coming, which made this show a beautiful show. I want to thank all the members of the West of the Lake region, Cadillac LaSalle Club, who took the time out from their lives to devote extra time to make the show a great success. It's been a beautiful show. We had talked to a lot of wonderful people here. Our president, Don Carrico, spent a lot of time. We thank him. And also many of the other members and non-members who took time to come out here, mingle with the people, and help out this club. It's about 80 degrees right now. About 12:20. So, I say we all had a great time. We had great food. Accommodations from the Marriott Hotel were beautiful. So until next time, another place. Once again, Tony Seminaro, the Cadillac LaSalle Club, 1988, Grand National, West of the Lake region. Goodbye.